Okay, so yesterday I made a video where I did sound design for Tusk, and I want to nerd about it now. Don't worry about that. I want to nerd about it now. So like, this is the original video with like all the original sounds. And I like that. That's probably my favorite sound design for Tusk. I really like the barrage like punch sound effects. It feels really heavy. Like it feels like it feels really like beat downish. Like listen, it like feels really heavy. And this is like the only sound design that, or like this is like the person who made this originally is like the only person who ever like made it like really beady like that. Like all the other ones, like this one, this is really good sound design. But here, I'll just show it. If it would load, please. Here it is. Listen to the punches. Like there's some other sound designs that I don't feel like pulling out, but basically none of them are really like as heavy as like these punches. Like those feel like really like punchy, and I really like that. But I don't know, I felt like there wasn't that many sound design concepts where they made like Tusk's punches like really heavy like that. So I wanted to make my own because I just wanted to practice sound design, and I really like Tusk too. And there's a couple of other sounds in here that I'd like to change. Most of the sounds in here too is from this video. They just like replaced the punch sound effects. Like you can hear some like most of the same sound effects here. They just changed out the punches. Like they used a lot of sound effects from that and then just animated it, which you can hear here. They just replaced out the barrage sound. So I wanted to make my own because they just like, well, I don't want to say ripped off, but they took the sound design from this guy who made it for the game, animated it, and then just like replaced the what's it called? Replaced the like punch like barrage sound effect. So the first thing I made was this punch sound effect. Actually, hang on, let me Control S, and then let me open the punch sound effect. Act 4 punch ver 1, because that's the one I went with. So this is the punch I made. It's pretty heavy. I made this with a kick sound, and I don't know if you can tell what that is, but I literally just with my like with my mouth, and then I added a thunder kick, pitch shifter, and the EQ to boost the low end and decrease the highs, and then I came out with. So yeah, there's a big difference in that. Then I tried this undertone thing that didn't really work. I like with this sound design, it sounds like he's punching him with the spin, which is like accurate. Hang on. Like that sounds like the spin that he's hitting with, and I kind of wanted to recreate. Like I wanted it to be like beat downish while also having a little bit of spin in it. So this is like my rendition on the spin. What does it sound like without the effects? Oh yeah, that's also just me going, because I can beatbox and I can go like, so I just do like with my hands on my mouth. So I added the God's grace to humanity flange, baby. EQ again, and then yeah, just this stuff. And I came out with that because the flange baby is insane. But in the final version, you can't hear it. So yeah, it's kind of useless. I honestly could just like, there you go. And then this gunshot, hang on. This is from my airsoft gun. I don't know where I put it. Oh no, it's on my floor back behind me. But without the effects, I didn't like shoot anything out of my gun. It's like a pump airsoft gun, and like it like pumps up air and then like releases it really fast. So I just recorded that, and then what did I do? Pitch shifted it obviously and just EQ. It's simple. And it came out with that. It came out with that, and then altogether it sounded like, which I was pretty happy with. So I threw it in the project, and I want to like go in order No, I don't want to save. I want to go in order of like when I added these sounds. So I just added the punch layers and the auras. Actually, I'll show the auras afterwards. So this is my auras. And it's pretty beatdownish. It sounds a lot better with the Johnny's auras. Hang on. So yeah, I'll also reverb that last aura. You know, yeah, and then yeah. So I was pretty happy with that, and then I needed a final punch because you can't just end it off with like and then no like, you know. So for that final punch, I made it a separate project again. It's final punch. No. And this one took me a while. I first started out with, I also still wanted to like include a spinny kind of sound. So I think it was this sound, the ender. I did this, which is again me just going with my beatbox skill, and then I just added reverb, flange baby. Naturally, gotta love flange baby. Like if you're ever needing to add some like magical sound, use flange baby, dude. I'm telling you. And then EQ, and then came out with. So that's that, but I don't know. That obviously isn't enough for like an end punch. So I added in the punch sound effect I made before, slowed it down, and I didn't even change anything. I just slowed it down. And I initially threw that in of like the actual project, but it just wasn't enough. So I did this clap too. I literally just clapped really hard with my hands, and then altogether it sounded like. And it was sounding okay, but it still didn't feel like big enough, like the grand final punch ending all of Steel Ball Run. Well, I mean, there's still high voltage that comes after it, but the final fight between Valentine and Johnny. So I added this explosion because I couldn't get like that big of a boom sound effect, and I wanted a really big and deep boom. So I went to YouTube, downloaded an explosion sound effect. This is it alone. There's no effects on it. It's literally just, and all together it sounds like. Now, this was okay, but I still wanted some more highs in the sound because like, let's see if I can find the video I used. I think it was, which one was it? It was this one right here. And this one, they like make the final punch sound. I don't know if they made the sound design for this or not. Probably not, since this person is an animator and not a sound designer. But the final punch in here is like has a lot of highs, and it just feels like a just boom, you know. It's not loading. Okay, well, it's not loading. I'd like to show you. Oh, never mind. It is. Okay, here it is. It's not loading again. Okay. Okay, you're right there. So I couldn't think of a way to get that high explosion just through my own Foley. But I thought of getting a pool noodle and slamming it really hard against my like table or like against my bed, since if you've ever done that in real life, you can hear that it makes a really loud like smack sound. But I didn't have a pool noodle, so I just like substituted with a notebook, since you can also get that same sound with a notebook. And this is what it sounds like with just a notebook. Okay, wait, no, that's the effects. Okay, this is what it sounds like with a notebook. I literally just took a notebook and slammed it as hard as I could into my bed. Threw on EQ, reverb, repitch. This is honestly on like every single sound I make. Like if you look into any of the properties, it's just gonna be like EQ and repitch. So yeah, threw that on there, and then I put all of it together, and it sounded like this. I didn't need to solo all that. Hang on, let me just like unsolo all that. Okay. Which I think was I think is really good. It sounds kind of weird without like everything else playing, but like if we go back to the beat down, no, then you like, is this, no, that's a punch. Open project, beat down practice. Okay, if you like play it with everything else, I'm not gonna play the auras just for like I don't know, showcasing purposes. I think it sounds pretty good. I changed it up a little bit in here too. I think I just added like, I don't know, some kind of EQ or something. I don't know. And then with the auras, it sounds really nice. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I just threw in his theme, so it could feel a little more, put together. And I was really happy with that. I also like, I mean, yeah, no, I was happy with that. And then like, I still wanted to do some more sound design. So I wanted to do this like whole first scene where it's like D4C like looking out, and it's Tusk Guy 4 like, oh, chew me mean, and he just beats the crap out of him. So I first added the chew me mean, which is a hard sound effect to get. I literally had to go inside of the game like All-Star Battle and record myself doing a great heat attack on Valentine to get that chew me mean, because the chew me mean on YouTube has like a whole bunch of background noise from like another person's sound design. So yeah, I had to go in the game, get the chew me mean, and yeah, that's why I got this. Let me turn off the theme. So that's why I got this chew me mean. I echoed it too. I threw a flange baby on it. It's very unnoticeable, but it makes it sound a little more like, I don't know, magical, I guess. And I just reverbed it, and naturally I EQ'd it, like I EQ'd the crap out of it, because you can't have a shown as sound design test without EQ, That's it without the EQ. And that's it with. So yeah, I did that for the chew me mean. And then I wanted some sounds for Love Train, because I don't know, it just felt weird having like just everything silent but Tusk. So I first made his open sound, which I'm actually pretty proud of. I can't remember. Actually, no, I just did one sound for it, and it was right here. And I actually can't remember how I made that. Hang on, let me turn off the effects. Oh yeah, I literally just got a sine sweep generator, which is this. Hang on, let me pull it out. Sine sweep. Okay, it's literally just this. Oh god, that got loud. But yeah, I just put on a sine sweep generator, reversed it, and like made it go like and I threw on a flanger and a flange baby. Flange baby changed it up the most, and then EQ naturally. This is without the flange baby or the flanger, because I boosted the crap out of the low end and then just like took out all the highs. This is without the EQ either. So as you can hear, there's a big difference. Then I threw in the flange baby. Makes it sound a little more like bubbled. I don't know, like I don't even know how to explain it, but it makes it sound like Also, if I forgot to say this earlier, but if you're not wearing headphones, you probably won't get to enjoy most of this, but yeah. And then I had a flanger on, which is like the discount flange baby, which added that. So then I just like ended up with this sound. And this was completely unintentional, but for those who like actually watch the video, you already know this. This part gets bass boosted like crazy, like with every single other sound. Like, hang on, let me just like turn off the solo on this and just play every single other sound in here. Wait, hang on, I'm soloing that. Let me mute this. Where's the video? Oh wait, hang on. Just give me a second. This program is kind of weird with videos. It's a DAW, not a video editor. Okay, here it is. My fan is blowing. I don't care. That it got bass boosted like crazy, and that was honestly like unintentional, but screw it, we ball. I love it a lot more like that. It really feels like he's tearing open dimensions to get to this funny bunny rabbit to kill him. And for the love chain sounds, I actually wasn't too happy about this until I played it with everything else. Let's go to it real quick. I don't know if you can tell what that is, but just think, this is a Shona sound design. What do you think this Foley is? You got it, it's me doing basses with my voice. I'm telling you, dude, learning how to beatbox helps out a lot in sound design. But yeah, I just like took that again, flanger and a flange baby. Just these two things right here is the key to making any magic-y sound. And then EQ, and then I wasn't too happy with it alone, but honestly with everything else, and I think it's pretty alright. And when you watch like the actual thing, it's kind of noticeable because the music is blaring. And that's it. Actually, I do want to mention I spliced the song really well. Like it's so seamless. If you're like paying attention to it and like nothing else is playing but the song, you can hear the cut, but it's really good, I think. So you can obviously hear it now since you're looking at it and like I don't know, you're listening closely. But with everything else, then like no, because like this song, this is like this part is the middle of the song and this is the end, and like this goes on for way longer. But I just like put this here and mildly crossfaded it. I think, I don't know, and I think it came out pretty well. So yeah, I also did that for the auras too. Hang on, let's go there. So that's when that, and actually no, this aura like lasts way long. It lasts this long, which is insane. So I had to cut it down to fit with the video, and then I just put in the last aura and then crossfaded it like this, which sounds perfect. But I wanted to add a reverb to it, and I didn't want to add a reverb to the auras, so I just put it down and took out the crossfade, which it doesn't sound as good because you can hear the reverb and all that stuff like kicking for the last aura. But I mean, with everything playing again, you cannot hear the difference. And yeah, I'm gonna just play it all together one more time and then turn this into an MP4 and put it on YouTube with no thumbnail and no effort put into it because this is a second channel upload. Wait, this isn't the start. So yeah, that's it. Obviously I'm not the best sound designer. There's probably like 18 million things wrong with this, but I don't know. Sound design is freaking fun, dude. It's so fun to just sit around and be like, what noise would this make? And then you you think of a noise and you're like, oh, now how do I make that noise? And yeah, it's fun as freak, dude. Like if you're thinking about getting into it, I will say it's hard to get into, but it pays off really hard, dude. Anyways, I'm gonna turn this into an MP4. Jesus, 18 minutes? Yeah, no, there's no way anybody watched this far into this. If you did, then I actually love you. My address is